Today we are going to have our second day of coding. So we just got started last time and started to get our feet wet a little bit, and now we're really going to start to dive in. So we are going to be using an app that you may have heard of before, Scratch Junior. Now, Scratch Junior is coding completely from scratch. That's part of why it's called Scratch Junior. You have full control over the characters that you want to use, the background that you want to use, the code that you want to use. You could decide what you want the characters to do, which is really fun. So I'm going to be showing you first how to download it if it's not already on your iPad. And then we're just going to be exploring today, trying to figure out what each of the buttons do, how to really run the program and use the app. Let's get started. The Scratch Junior app looks just like this here. If you do not have the Scratch Junior app, remember to go into Self-Service, head over to Search, and you're going to type in the word Scratch, S-C-R-A-T-C-H. And if you scroll down, you'll see it right here on the bottom, and then just click Install to install it. Now, when we first open Scratch Junior, it's asking us a question. Remember, we never just touch something right away. Good digital citizens either read it or ask a grown-up what we should do. It says Scratch Junior would like to access the camera. And we need to say okay for this. We definitely want to be able to use our camera. Scratch Junior would like to access the microphone. Again, we're reading this box, not just clicking something, so we want to say okay, because we're going to need both our camera and microphone. Now, what we're going to do, since we're using this for school, we're going to tap into the Apple here, and then press the home button. And we need to start a new project, so you're going to hit the plus sign right up here. Okay, so here we go. Let's go ahead and talk about all the different parts of the screen. For those of you that have seen it before, this will be a refresher. So over here we have our characters. You can see there's only one character now, just Scratch Cat. And in the Scratch program, they actually call those sprites, is what they refer to the characters. If you wanted to get rid of any of the characters, you can see this one here. We can hold down on Scratch Cat until it wiggles, and then we can just hit the X. You can also do the same thing over here. Just hold down on it until it wiggles and you see the X there. More characters can be found right in here in the plus sign. There's lots of fun ones to choose from. All kinds of animals and people and plants, all kinds of things you can move. And this blank one up here is actually, you can actually draw your own characters to create. We're just going to stick with Scratch Cat for now. All right, over here, this is to see your screen full screen once you have code in there. And the next button over are grid lines, so you can see how far you're moving across the screen. Next button over, these are the backgrounds. You can see right now it's completely nothing, just scratch, right? From scratch. But from here, you can choose any of these. Again, there is a blank one that you could draw your own setting to. So I'll just choose this first one here. Okay, next button over, this is a text box if you wanted to add any text in there. And then last two buttons over here, this one is to return to place. So if he has lots of code that Scratch Cat is doing, if you tap that button right there, it'll make Scratch Cat go back to the start. And this one's really important. Tapping that green flag makes your code start, makes it go. And you can see you can do different storyboarding here with different scenes. I believe it's up to 4, but right now we have just 1, which is fine. Okay, looking at our blocks here, we're going to start with the yellow blocks. The yellow blocks are the trigger blocks. And this is how we get our code to start. The easiest way to start is with this green flag is how we can get it to start. And the other options are to start on tapping the character or having it bump another character. And this is an even harder level, having messages sent back and forth. Blue are the movement blocks. So if you hold down on each one of these, you can see what they mean. Moving right, moving left, moving up and down. These are turning ones, hopping and going home. So we'll just have him do a couple of forwards. Maybe he goes up and then down, and then he does a big hop, something like that. Okay, let's move on to the pink blocks. Pink blocks, the first one here is say, so we can have our Scratch Cat say something. It's automatically set to the word hi, but you could tap on that and you could actually change that if you wanted him to say something different. I am Scratch Cat. Meow. These buttons here is to get your character to grow and shrink or reset back to size, have your character disappear or reappear. Green buttons are your sound buttons. They have a pop button already recorded in there, but this one here is to record your own sound there that you can make it say whatever you want it to say. Hi, I'm Scratch Cat. Meow. There we go. Okay, here we have a wait button to have it have a pause between your code and a stop. This one is speed. You can set the speed to, and the little drop down arrow here, different sizes. And this one here is repeating, if we want to repeat different actions over and over. Okay, finally the red buttons are the end blocks. If we just want to end our code, we can put that on. Another option is to repeat it forever, so we're just going to stick with end. All right, I'm going to move Scratch Cat over and click the green check up here to see what happens. Hi, I'm Scratch Cat. Meow. Okay, not bad. He didn't move as far as I wanted to, but I could play around with some of these movement blocks. I could even change, instead of moving 1 here, I could change it to 5 or something bigger if I wanted to. Okay? All right, so have fun exploring in Scratch Cat, and let's take a look at what your assignment will be when you're done exploring. Let's take a look what you're going to do in Seesaw. So after watching my video, you are going to download the Scratch Junior app from self-service if you don't already have it on your iPad, and then open it. You're going to click the blue plus sign to start a new project. After that, you're going to play around with the app, explore all the buttons, see if you can figure out how to change the background, add new characters, and use the coding blocks to get your characters to move. Number 5 here, after you're done exploring in Scratch Junior, return to Seesaw. Then, using the video button, record a video telling me your thoughts on the app. And it can be any one of these questions, or all of them too, telling me, what did you think of Scratch Junior? Were you able to change the characters in the background? Were you able to get your character to move with the coding blocks? I'd love to hear what you were actually able to get your character to do. Or is there anything else fun that you discovered while exploring? And after you're done giving me that video reflection, number 7 here, click the green check to send your video to me. So you'll click add response here. And this one right here, you're going to record a video for me. And once it's done recording, then you'll click that green check at the top. So I cannot wait to hear your thoughts. I'm so excited to see what you guys, to hear about what you discover in Scratch Junior. And don't worry if it's tricky for you. We're going to keep digging deeper into Scratch Junior over the next several classes here, okay? All right, have fun.